the ghost of what if. Living in the past is a slow suicide. What if I married him? What if I took that job? It doesn't matter. The only version of you that exists is the one sitting here right now. Stop haunting yourself with dead dreams. I'm 86 years old. I've buried a husband, raised 4 children, and watched the world change from black and white to a digital blur. Everyone tells you that after 50, you're golden. They say it's time to relax. They lie. The truth is, 50 is the final exam. It's the moment you realize you've been carrying a backpack full of stones that don't belong to you. I spent 30 years worrying about what the neighbors thought of my lawn, and another 20 trying to be the perfect woman the world demanded. Now, looking back from the edge of the finish line, I see the wreckage. I see the years I burned away on things that never mattered. Don't turn away, because if you're over 50, you are bleeding time. And I'm going to tell you the 7 things you need to stop doing right now before you end up like the rest of them. Bitter, tired, and full of what ifs. Close your eyes. Can you smell it? The scent of floor wax and roast chicken. The 1950s. I was 22, wearing a string of pearls and a smile that I had practiced in the mirror for an hour. My husband, Frank, would come home from the office. I had the martini ready. The kids were scrubbed clean. I thought this was success. I thought if I kept the house spotless and my opinions silent, I was winning at life. What a magnificent waste of time. I spent my 30s and 40s being a professional pleaser. I was a ghost in my own hallway. I remember one Tuesday in 1964. My daughter Sarah came to me with a drawing. She wanted to show me the world she saw, but I was too busy polishing the silver for a dinner party with people I didn't even like. I told her, "Not now, honey. Mommy's busy." I can still hear the sound of her little footsteps walking away. That drawing is gone. That moment is gone. I traded a soul connection for the approval of neighbors whose names I can't even remember today. We were taught that sacrifice was our greatest virtue, but no one told us that sacrificing your truth is just a slow suicide. I spent years worrying about what if I had married that boy from the jazz club, or what if I had gone to art school. I carried those ghosts in my pocket like heavy coins. They didn't make me rich, they just made me tired. 50 years of trying to be enough for everyone else, only to realize at 80 that I was the only one who didn't show up for my own life. Fast forward to today. I have a smartphone that can talk to the world and a house with 3 empty bedrooms. I sit here at 86, watching the blue light flicker on the wall. I wait for a text, a ping, a sign that the world I built still remembers I'm in it. Last night I ate dinner alone, again. The silence was so loud I had to turn on the TV just to hear a human voice, even if it was just someone selling insurance. Most of you watching this are 50, 55, 60. You think you're busy. You think you're needed. You spend 10 hours a day answering emails from bosses who will replace you in a week if you drop dead. You're wasting your best years chasing status in a digital void. I see you posting photos of your perfect vacations, hoping for likes from people you don't even like. My son called me last week. It lasted 3 minutes. He was busy. He's 55 now. He's doing exactly what I taught him to do. He's prioritizing the grind over the person who gave him life. This is the haunting reality of the modern elder. We are surrounded by technology, but starving for touch. We have 1,000 friends on Facebook, but no one to hold our hand when the shadows get long. Don't wait until you're sitting in this chair to realize that your hustle was just a distraction from your soul. The things you think matter at 50, they are ghosts. They won't keep you warm at 86. 1. The good girl syndrome. Stop trying to please everyone. You've spent 50 years being the perfect daughter, wife, and mother. If they don't love the real you by now, they never will. Stop auditioning for your own life. 2. Feeding old grudges. Carrying hatred for an ex-husband or a backstabbing friend is like drinking poison and waiting for them to die. Your anger doesn't hurt them, it only rots your remaining years. Let it go, not for them, but for your peace. 3. The war against nature. Thousands of dollars on creams and needles to hide your age. What a waste. Your wrinkles are the map of every laugh, every tear, and every battle you've won. Wear them like medals, not shames. 4. Hoarding stuff. You're building a museum of things you'll never use. Your children don't want your porcelain sets or your heavy furniture. They want your stories. Stop buying things to fill the hole in your soul. 5. Obligation relationships. Going to tea with people who drain your energy just because you've known them for 30 years. Life is too short for boring conversations. If they don't inspire you or make you laugh, leave the table. 6. Waiting for a special occasion. Using the cheap plates while the fine china sits in the dark. Burning the cheap candles while the good ones melt in storage. Every morning you wake up is the most special occasion you'll ever have. Use the good stuff now. 7. The ghost of what if. Living in the past is a slow suicide. What if I married him? What if I took that job? It doesn't matter. The only version of you that exists is the one sitting here right now. Stop haunting yourself with dead dreams. At 50, you think you're running out of time, so you run faster. You're wrong. You're not running out of time. You're running out of yourself. We women, we have this sickness. We call it the martyr complex. We think that if we suffer enough, if we give enough, we'll eventually be saved. Let me tell you a secret from the finish line. No one is coming to save you. Not your husband, not your high-achieving children, not your bank account. Your ego is a thief. At 50, your ego tells you that you must keep maintaining your image. You spend thousands on creams to hide the map of your life on your face. That's a waste of time. Your wrinkles are the only honest thing you have left. You waste years holding on to grudges. You hate your mother for what she didn't give you. You hate your ex-husband for what he took. Listen to me. Unforgiveness is like drinking poison and waiting for the other person to die. Most people learn too late that life isn't a collection of things or titles. It's a collection of presence. If you're not present in your own skin at 55, you'll be a stranger to yourself at 85. Stop trying to be useful and start being alive. The world doesn't need more busy 50-year-olds. It needs people who have finally decided to stop lying to themselves. Stop nodding your head. Listening is easy. Changing is a war. If you're over 50, you don't have time for a long peace. You need to start the revolution now. First, fire your audience. Stop living for people who won't be at your funeral. If an invitation doesn't bring you joy, say no. No excuses, no lies, just no. Second, stop decorating the waiting room. Your life isn't starting someday. It's happening while the coffee gets cold. Wear the bright dress. Take the trip. Tell that person you love them or tell them to leave. Third, forgive yourself for the 50 years you wasted. The heaviest thing you carry is the ghost of who you should have been. Let her go. She's dead. The woman standing here today is the only one who matters. Make a list of 7 things that steal your time. Burn it. Then go find one thing that makes you forget what time it is. That's where your soul lives. I'm 86. My legs are tired, but my spirit is finally free because I stopped caring about the wastes of time I just told you about. Don't wait for the shadows to get as long as mine. Go. Live. Before the tea gets cold and the door closes for good. It's your turn now.